Hello everybody, welcome again in your episode Languages of the World and the English language. And today we are having grammar. النهاردة معانا grammar بناء على طلبكم. We are going to review the tenses. النهاردة هنراجع على tenses in general. هنراجع الأزمنة بشكل عام. Then we will have some practice how to mix between all the tenses in one paragraph or in one text. بعد ما نخلص هنعمل مراجعة على كل التنسز ازاي ممكن تيجي مع بعض في تكست واحدة وهنشوف هنعملها ازاي. First we will review the tenses. الأول هنراجعهم سوا. And of course we will start with the present simple. Let us review together. The present simple. Well, قلنا قبل كده ان ال present simple أو اللي هو المضارع البسيط it's form like when I say he works. الفورم عبارة عن verb plus s مع he or she or it, and the question or the negative we use does. For example, does he work أو he doesn't work. وقلنا برضو قبل كده ان ال present simple لما بنستخدمه لما نكون عايزين نتكلم عن fact أو routine. To talk about things in general يعني عن حاجات facts عامة like nurses look after patients in hospitals. دي عبارة عن fact إن الممرضات بياخدوا بالهم من المرضى في المستشفيات. أو to say how often we do things. أو نقول إحنا بنعمل حاجة كل قد إيه، يعني بنتكلم عن الروتين أو habitual activities أو الأنشطة الاعتيادية اللي إحنا بنعملها بشكل اعتيادي. I get up at 7 o'clock every morning. ده طبعا زي روتين بتاعي اني كل يوم بصحى الساعة 7. او in summer John plays tennis once a week. او in summer في الصيف جون بيلعب تنس مرة في الأسبوع. Also we have some of the key words for the present simple. عندنا برضو بعض الكلمات يعني اللي ممكن تساعدنا شوية نعرف ان الزمن ده ال present simple، ونخلي بالنا انه مش علشان الفاكت. يعني لما نتكلم عن الفاكت او الجنرال things ما بستخدمش اي keywords، بستخدم الكيوردز بس في حالة الروتين او الهابيتوال activities، زي ما بقول مثلا every day او usually عادة always دائما sometimes احيانا frequently بشكل معتاد normally بشكل طبيعي وهكذا. فالكلمات دي بس عبارة عن keywords في حالة الروتين مش الفاكت. After the present simple we have the present continuous أو اللي هو المضارع المستمر. ولما أقول كلمة continuous يعني لازم أستخدم verb to be والverb أضيف له ing. مفيش continuous في أي حاجة في الجرامر كله من غير verb to be والverb plus ing. So the present continuous is verb to be am or is or are plus verb plus ing. أنا إمتى بستخدم ال present continuous when I'm talking about a temporary action. What the meaning of temporary action؟ يعني إيه temporary action؟ يعني موقف أو فعل مؤقت. It is gonna end sooner or later. يعني هينتهي sooner or later، هيخلص قريب، يعني مش هيستمر للأبد، ما هواش fact and ما هواش routine. So the form again present of the verb to be plus ing, like he is reading. The question of it بعمل switch ما بين verb to be والsubject، فهتبقى is he reading. In the negative I just add not after verb to be، بضيف بس not بعد verb to be. He is not reading. The function of the present continuous, as we said, it's an action happening at the time of speaking. حدث بيحصل في وقت الكلام and temporary طبعا مؤقت. Let's go now. It isn't raining anymore. يلا دلوقتي خلاص ما بقتش بتمطر. Action happening in a period around the time of speaking أو action بيحصل في الوقت اللي احنا بنتكلم فيه. For example, is Susan working this week؟ يعني مش شرط في لحظة الكلام، لكن يعني في الفترة حوالي أسبوع أو شهر أو حتى سنة من فترة الكلام. Is your English getting better? So all of these we need to use the present continuous, and again in the present continuous we have some keywords. عندنا بعض الكلمات اللي بنستخدمها مع ال present continuous واللي ممكن تساعدني أعرف إن ده present continuous. What are these words? Now, at the moment, right now. I can say also this week or this month or this year or this summer. يعني this جنبها أي وقت. ممكن أقول these days or this month. ممكن كمان أقول today. And if I use for example look مثلا look he is eating, or listen he is singing. ممكن أقول be quiet he is sleeping. فدي كلمات ممكن تيجي مع ال present continuous. So the present continuous again temporary action أو action مؤقت will end sooner or later. Then we have the past. And the past, as we said, يعني ماضي. We have the first thing is the past simple. وسموه ليه ماضي بسيط عشان هو بسيط في الفورم بتاعه، متطلباته مش كتير، ما بيتغيرش فيه حاجة غير اني بضيف للفيرب ed في حالة الأفعال العادية regular، أو بغير شكله في حالة irregular verbs. واحنا طبعا عارفين ايه هم irregular verbs اللي هم مش بضيف لهم ed، زي مثلا go بتصبح went. الباست simple بستخدمه لما اتكلم عن action happened in the past and finished. action حصل في الماضي وانتهى خلاص، ما فيش أثر له خالص، هو انتهى تماما. Some of the key words can help. بعض الكلمات ممكن تساعدني زي كلمة yesterday or last or ago، أو أي حاجة تعبر عن الماضي. فمثلا ممكن أقول in 1982. حتى لو قلت in 2018 ده يعتبر past لأننا حاليا في 2019، ف 2018 تعتبر بالنسبة لي past. فال past simple عبارة عن action happened in the past and finished. Some of the keywords are good like last or yesterday, ago, in the past. They may help. The form will be adding ed to the verb or changing it to its irregular form. I make the question and the negative with did. Let us see here. I went out yesterday. The question will be did you go out yesterday? خلي بالنا اني ببدأ بدid. والنيجاتيف I did not أو didn't go out yesterday. The function is an action completed in the past, as I told you. Mozart wrote more than 600 pieces of music. ليه كتبنا wrote؟ عشان موتسارت خلاص مات وانتهى الاكشن بتاع ان هو يكتب اي موسيقى. هو wrote more than 600 pieces of music. After the past simple we come to the past continuous. And as we said, any continuous uses verb to be, verb plus ing. Good. But here, because it is past continuous, so I will use the past form of verb to be, which is, yes, was or were. Was come with I, so we say I was, he was, she was, and it was. Were comes with they were, you were, and we were. So here, she was reading. The question would be, was she reading? We just shift between verb and the subject. Was she reading? Then the negative, she was not or wasn't reading. طبعا اللي بين القوسين wasn't ده الكونتراكشن بتاع was not، يعني بنضمهم على بعض الكلمتين ونعملهم كلمة واحدة، وده عادة أكتر بيبقى في الكلام الكونفرسيشن. بدل ما نقول she was not reading we just say she wasn't reading. The function limited duration فترة مؤقتة. This time last year I was living in Brazil. الوقت ده السنة اللي فاتت أنا كنت عايش في البرازيل. Action which was interrupted by another action in the past. كمان مهم قوي في استخدامات ال past continuous لما أكون بتكلم عن action كان بيحصل في الماضي وقطعوا action تاني. For example, while I was eating my dad came. الأكشن اللي أخد وقت اللي هو I was eating. While I was eating, what happened? my dad came. This action interrupted the action of was eating. So we use the past continuous in this form. لما يكون في action بيحصل وaction تاني بيقطعه، والaction اللي بيقطعه دايما بيكون في past simple. For example, I was watching TV when the phone rang. I was watching TV when the phone rang, or while I was watching TV, the phone rang. Then we come to the present perfect. And again, the present perfect is a very nice verb actually, because it is not difficult but it has some issues. يعني هو مش صعب بس يعني هو محتاج تركيز شوية. The form is has or have plus past participle. يعني عادة بنجيب ال past participle بعد has or have. وال present perfect بيبقى verb to have في ال present اللي هو has or have plus ال past participle. ايه هو ال past participle؟ اللي هو التصريف الثالث للverb. For example, the verb go in the present, went in the past, and gone in the past participle. So with the present perfect, I use which one? Yes, I use gone. I have, he has, she has, it has, they have, you have, and we have. So we use this present perfect when we don't have a specific time. بنستخدم ال present perfect لما ما يكونش عندي وقت محدد، مش زي ال past simple yesterday و last و ago. no. لما يكون بتكلم عن وقت في الماضي بس مش محدد بتايم، اما اكون بتكلم عن past experience يعني تجربة او خبرة قديمة، or when I am talking about something that has just finished، حاجة لسه خالصة حالا. The form here we have verb to have plus past participle, like I have finished. For the question, have you finished? And for the negative, I have not finished. The function of the present perfect is an action in the past that has a result now. حدث في الماضي بس له تأثير حاليا. I have lost my key. ولسه ما لقيتهوش. Or action that started in the past and continued until now. action حصل في الماضي لكن ممكن يكون لسه مستمر. I have lived here for 15 years and I'm still living here. So the present perfect has plus have, has or have plus the past participle. There are some keywords that may help, like yet, just, already, recently, before, since, for, and ever. So these are the tenses in brief. So after the break that we are going to take now, we are going to deal with some text that have mixed tenses together. بعد الفاصل هنشوف ازاي اننا ممكن نستخدم all the tenses in just one text. Okay, see you after the break.
Palace is open to the public.
And now again with our tenses and a text that has most of the tenses together in one place. Let us see this text and try to answer them together. Okay? The first text, Tom Wilson, an explorer, he to nearly every country in the world, but the most exciting time he ever had was when he to the Congo jungle. A magazine asked him to retrace the route of a famous explorer who disappeared in the 1920s. As he followed a small river, he got separated from his guides. He go on alone, hoping he find them, but instead he encountered a group of natives. He stayed with them for several days and found out that a very old woman actually met the famous explorer. She knew how he died. Tom became very friendly with the natives, and now he planned to go back and see them again. He is sure they welcome him back. Of course, the text is meaningless, ملهاش معنى. Why? Because all the tenses are missing. I don't know the verb tense. مش عارفة بالظبط الverb في أنه زمن. So we will try to do it together and see why did we use this tense in particular. هنشوف الأزمنة ونقول إزاي وليه اخترنا الزمن ده في المكان ده. Let us see it again. Tom Wilson is an explorer. ليه قلنا is؟ عشان دي fact عن توم، دي شغلته ان هو مستكشف. He has been to nearly every country in the world. ما قلناش he was to nearly every country علشان هو لسه ممكن يروح دول تانية، وكمان ما عنديش specific time in the past، عشان كده استخدمت ال present perfect. But the most exciting time he has ever had was has ever had. هنا استخدمنا verb to have كverb أساسي، وقلنا عشان كده قلنا has ever had، وقت يعني حصل له أو قضى في المكان ده. was when he went to the Congo jungle. لما راح الكونغو jungle، لأنه راح ورجع، علشان كده استخدمت ال past simple. A magazine had asked him. طبعا علشان بعد had لازم أجيب ال past participle to retrace the route of a famous explorer who had disappeared. تم اللي هو فقد في in the 1920s. كل ده بتكلم في الماضي، عشان كده بستخدم ال past perfect. As he was following a small river. as هنا بمعنى while، في حين ما كان following هنا استخدمنا ال past continuous، لأن ده action هيقطعه action تاني. As he was following a small river he got separated from his guides. وهو بيعبر النهر انفصل عن ال guides. An action interrupted by another action. He went on alone. كمل لوحده. Hoping he would find them. ليه حطينا would؟ لأن ده hoping بيتمنى شيء. Hoping he would find them. But instead he encountered قابل a group of natives. Past simple. He stayed with them for several days and found out that a very old woman had actually met the famous explorer. ليه استخدمنا هنا ال past perfect؟ لأن عندي الverb التاني في ال past simple، والأكشن إن الست دي عارفة ال famous explorer حصل قبل الأكشن التاني اللي في ال past. وإحنا قلنا لما يكون عندنا two actions in the past, when we have two actions in the past, the older one الأقدم will be in the past perfect. الحدث اللي حصل الأول هو بيبقى ال past perfect. Past perfect يعني had plus past participle. So let us continue here. So the woman had actually met the famous explorer. She knew how he had died. هي كانت عارفة هو مات ازاي. طبعا هو مات قبل ما هي تعرف of course. So عشان كده جبنا had died. Tom became very friendly with the natives. And now طبعا استخدمنا كلمة now keyword لل present continuous. He is planning to go back and see them again. He is sure they will welcome him back. هو متأكد انهم سوف يرحبوا بيه، عشان كده استخدمنا الفيوتشر لانه لسه ما راحش وهم لسه ما رحبوش، ده كله في المستقبل، عشان كده we use will welcome him back. We have another text for the same idea, mixing tenses together. When Francis Lee was a boy, he wanted to be an astronaut. He watched TV one day in 1969 when he saw Neil Armstrong walk on the moon. Since then, he always dreamed of doing the same. Every night, when there is a full moon, he stares up at it for hours and imagines himself walking around on it. At the moment, however, he worked as a night watchman at a meat factory. He do the same job since he left school 15 years ago, but he still hopes that one day his dream come true. He heard that in the 21st century they sell tickets to fly to the moon For this reason, he saved half of his wages every month for the past 2 years. In this passage, a lot of the keywords are so clear. في الباسج دي كتير قوي من الكيوردز واضحة بحيث ان انتوا تعرفوا تحلوا صح. For example, أول حاجة when Francis Lee was a boy لما كان صغير طبعا دي past simple. He wanted to be an astronaut. When Francis Lee was a boy لما كان صغير he wanted to be an astronaut. He was watching TV one day in 1969 when he saw Neil Armstrong walk on the moon. القاعدة بتاعت ال past continuous. He was watching when he saw an action happening in the past interrupted by another action. When he saw Neil Armstrong walk on the moon, since then عندي كلمة since يبقى عندي على طول present perfect. Since then he has always dreamt of doing the same. طبعا the past participle of dream dreamt. Every night طبعا هنا على طول present simple. Every night when there is a full moon he stares up بيبحلق at it for hours and imagines. ليه قلنا imagines برضو في present simple عشان عندي and بقى stares and imagines الاثنين بيبقوا زي بعض بدل and جت في النص. Imagines himself walking around on it. At the moment في اللحظة دي طبعا دي الكيورد بتاع present continuous. He is working as a night watchman at a meat factory. He the same job since أنا جالي since يبقى على طول استخدم ال present perfect. He has been doing the same job since he left school 15 years ago. But he still hopes that one day his dream of course will come true. لسه حلمه ما تحققش فسوف يتحقق عشان كده استخدمنا ال future. He has heard that in the 21st century they will sell tickets to fly to the moon. سمع ما تحددش امتى الوقت اللي سمع فيه عشان كده استخدمنا ال present perfect. ان في القرن ال21 هيبيعوا سوف يبيعوا فطبعا future will sell tickets to fly to the moon. For this reason he has been saving half of his wages every month for the past 2 years. علشان كده قاعد يحوش فلوسه علشان لمدة 2 علشان طبعا يقدر يسافر to the moon. Well, actually the matter of tenses يعني it is very confusing. أحيانا بيبقى الموضوع شوية مربك لكن لما نقرأ كتير when we read a lot الموضوع هيجي بالسنس. إني أعرف إني ما ينفعش أستخدم ال past لما يكون عندي every day وما ينفعش أستخدم بعد when مثلا future. فالموضوع بيجي أكتر while you are reading. لما نقرأ كتير التنسز هتبتدي نكونها بالسنس. ده غير طبعا بعض الرولز اللي احنا قلناها امتى بنستخدم الكي ووردز او امتى بنستخدم التنس ده مع انه كي وورد. فده مجرد مساعدة مش الأساس. يعني بعض الناس يقولوا طب أنا ما فيش عندي الكي وورد دي خلاص ما يبقاش التنس ده. لا، في حاجة اسمها سنس، في حاجة اسمها فهم للجرامر. مش كل حاجة الكي ووردز. زي ما قلنا في البريزنت سامبل مثلا في الفاكت ما عنديش كي وورد. لما اقول the water boils at 100 degree لما اقول الميه بتغلي at 100 degree ما عنديش كي وورد. مش هقول every day or every time لان دي fact. فهنا ما فيش كي وورد لكن في فهم ان دي fact. علشان كده دايما لما نيجي نقرا تكست عايزين اننا نعرف نظبط التنسز فيها. نفهم الاول التكست وبعد كده نبتدي نبص على الكي ووردز مش العكس لان احيانا الكي ووردز ممكن تبقى خداعه. Okay, so it was a lovely tour with grammar today with you. Till I see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.